What's good, everyone? So me and Ever are going to be going over the spot Bitcoin ETF. And then without further ado, Ever.
All right, thank you, man. Yeah, with the ETF, everybody's been watching or hearing about. It pretty much means that the SEC officially approved this first ever regulated spot Bitcoin ETF. So it comes after years of waiting. The SEC has rejected it for about over a decade. They cited concerns about market manipulation and fraud. There's multiple applicants that actually got approved. There's about 11. So some of them you probably know about, some of them you probably don't. So it's like ARC 21 shares, Invesco Galaxy, Vanek, Fidelity, BlackRock, Grayscale. So they received approval for this ETF. But there was a false announcement where like the approval news was overshadowed by a false tweet from the SEC's Twitter, and they claimed it was like compromised. But overall, this decision could pave the way for an increased Bitcoin adoption and potentially boost the crypto market participation by traditional investors because they would want to do it. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much like the story of like the ETF for Bitcoin.
Cool summary. Yeah, so pretty much there's rumors for the spot Bitcoin ETF. And with that, the market definitely was moving a little bit shaky the past few days. I do want to go into already like some crazy stuff that's been going on, especially on Twitter. So if you're not on Twitter, you're kind of missing out as far as the crypto news, because Twitter is honestly crazy when it comes to with crypto news. One place before I get into that is you're not gonna find the Bitcoin ETF on Vanguard, and many people know that Vanguard is probably one of the well-known brokers out there that a lot of people use. I would say next to Fidelity, but they're not gonna have the ETF, and there's already people complaining about it on Twitter. Just to summarize this quick person, and I saw a couple of these, that Vanguard is not going to accept the Bitcoin ETF, and a lot of people are moving over to Fidelity. And this is just one of many tweets that I saw. Another thing, Altcoin Daily, a really big creator in the crypto space, they pretty much mentioned that how come Vanguard, they're one of the top owners for MicroStrategy, and then person who owns MicroStrategy is Michael Saylor, and if you know Michael Saylor, he pretty much owns a huge bag of Bitcoin. And then another thing I just wanted to bring up is a lot of people were asking me, hey, where should I buy the Bitcoin ETF? And honestly, I think owning Bitcoin, like buy it off an exchange, any exchange, and then just self custody, and then store it in a personal ledger. I think that's what everybody should do, instead of having a company own it for you. But there's definitely pros and cons on both. If you don't want to self custody, don't tell your grandpa, hey, grandpa, I want to open up a wallet, memorize these 12 words. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So it depends on the person, but I believe if you're young and you can figure it out, I think self custody and own Bitcoin on a ledger.
Yeah, I agree with that. Self custody is key, better. It's the way to go.
All right, Ever, any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
Just tell people like I said, we always been saying, do your own non-financial advice, do your own research. Obviously, with the ETFs, we both agree on the self custody, but it's up to you if you want to invest into an ETF with whatever company that we mentioned. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the market. Hopefully, all the cryptocurrencies get a pump because Bitcoin gets a pump. So I'm excited about
Yeah,
that too.
definitely gonna take a look at Ethereum next, more than
Yeah.
likely after this. Stay on the lookout for our next video, and we'll see you guys next time.